Hello, beautiful illuminators. This is Coach Anna here, and I wanted to put together something to share with you my experience of having walked beside you on this beautiful journey and just how much it's meant to me, how much you've meant to me, and how much you guys have impacted my life and my coaching in having worked with you these past months. Ayana, you are centered, joyful, courageous, and beautiful. You may be a promoter, but you are not full of shit. I've watched you quietly take yourself on for 3 months, and sometimes not so quietly. Each week, you push yourself further, embrace the coaching, go one level deeper with the team, and you step into your enrollment. You are always willing to go there. One of your greatest gifts is your openness, your willingness to be self-responsible, and your willingness to accept. I know that you'll jump in and try anything, and you'll likely add a smile and a laugh while you do it. From you, I've learned to be more joyfully curious and to constantly play with what I think I know. When I feel myself digging in, I think of you, and I think of the frequent and powerful things you say. Oh, I never thought of that. I didn't see it like that before. I get to dig in there. Those might seem really simple on the surface, but they're not. Being willing to see where you're not seeing things is a massive, massive key to unlocking yourself and having breakthroughs. No blame, guilt, fault, or shame. My memories of you keep me centered, Ayana. They keep me grounded and open, even when it's tempting to be right. And for that, I thank you. Lisa. You are energetic, giving, creative, and just pure love. Your capacity to do good in this world is unlimited. You're naturally able to rally and inspire people, and I have watched you create massive movement in others and generate huge momentum in a matter of hours. I know when you put your mind to something, when Lisa decides, I know it will be done. The world around you sees it too. From you, I've learned the power of energy, that how I enter a room and the mood that I put forth affects everyone and everything around me so much more than I had ever realized before. When I know I'm low in energy, I think of you and I remember that it is my responsibility to shift my state, not anyone else's. And I think of how powerfully you have affected those in your presence simply by how you have shown up. You are enrolling to be around, and I've learned how enrolling it is to be around someone who goes all in. It is a gift I encourage you to use often, and I thank you for it. Melissa, you are strong, reliable, kind, and intelligent. You're a force in the world to be reckoned with. Able to create magic, enroll people in the bigger vision of what's possible, and stay the course even in the face of adversity. I've watched you battle yourself courageously to peel back the layers that protect you. You go deep even when I know you don't want to. Take on your old stories, push yourself to the next level, and then the next and the next. You have an ease and authenticity to you that immediately invites others into dialogue and trust. It is a gift that, like Lisa, I encourage you to really embrace and cultivate. From you, I've learned the power of gentle persistence and standing for others, of continuing in curiosity even when I don't want to do it, would rather walk away or yell in frustration. When I'm in judgment over how I've handled the situation or conversation, I think of how you've stood for your family, for those who you work with, and how you return again and again to the communication and coaching tables as a powerful stand for what's possible versus what's easy. It reminds me to let go of my ego and to step into love. For that, I thank you. Marcus, playful, intelligent, authentic. Your willingness to step into authenticity is an example to us all. I've watched you become an example of courageous exploration, standing up in the drift and asking the questions others may be afraid to ask, facing the discomfort of speaking up even when you may be judged, as you did on that epic Facebook Live, which I'm going to remember for the rest of my life, seriously, and persisting until you get the breakthrough you deserve to have. Your playfulness and willingness to laugh, sometimes when I'm sure you would have rather, tossed a chair or something, is a powerful example to us of what it looks like to see ourselves, to really see ourselves, and acknowledge the stories and emotions that are there, but then choose something else. From you, I've learned to not bury the little things, or to bury any of the things, but instead to acknowledge, experience, and, if necessary, to shift them. This has opened me up to a more full experience of life and a more complete understanding of myself. When I feel the urge to sweep something aside, I think of you, and I remember that all of me is worthy of acknowledging, even when it's not convenient. It's a powerful reminder that every voice matters, even the ones we may disagree with, and that hearing out my inner stories doesn't mean I have to sit in the distress or have a pity party, but rather that I can step into love and I can love myself through it more effectively. Thank you for that, Marcus. CJ, last but certainly not least, you are courageous, powerful, creative. You're a sensitive and beautiful soul with an incredible ability with words and a gift to touch and move the souls of others through your way of being. I've watched you two battle yourself courageously as you've stepped into the crosswinds of the unknown, and you've embraced your music. You were willing to jump into the life you knew you deserved and to go after the experience that set your soul on fire, even when you had no idea what it would look like or how you would make it happen. And you've been willing to take yourself on repeatedly, coming back again and again, offering us a beautiful example of what it means to persist alongside our need to be perfect, to look a certain way, or to have things work out. You have continually, through your breakdowns, had your breakthroughs and come back. And that's so important and so inspirational. From you, CJ, I've learned courage. A life in art, in giving and creating, not for the faint of heart. And yet, it's the heart that allows the artist to truly impact the world. Which means exposing yourself again and again and again as you learn how to stand in vulnerability while surrounded by all of the fears of what it might cost you, of what if you get shut down, of hurt, of all of those things. When I'm feeling defeated, when I'm feeling perfectionist, when I'm in my nerds, or I'm feeling like, oh shit, I didn't get there again, or what the hell am I doing? I remember your willingness to expose your soul, not only to our team, but to the world. And I'm reminded that transformation was never promised to be comfortable or easy. And that the greatest breakthroughs, the ones that I'm going after the most, are on the other side of my willingness to be vulnerably and openly myself. CJ, thank you. To all of you now, my invitation to you all is to keep your foot on the gas. HCL will be wrapping up in a week, but don't wait to be reminded to take yourself and your life to the next level. Don't wait for the next coaching program. Don't wait for the next, highly paid coach, whatever it is. Don't wait. Commit to living in the energy and the momentum you've created here and to being the leaders you are so powerfully called to be. Because guys, you have an obligation, both to yourselves and to the world. I'm not even joking here. Many people will lead, and not all of them are leaders. Each and every one of you has the skills, the knowledge, and the capacity of not only leading, but of inspiring the people and the world around you into something greater, to showing them the possibility of what is out there for themselves, and to supporting them to get there. It is your responsibility not to squander those gifts, to bury them, or pretend that you're unable to stand up and lead the transformation you are so very capable of leading. Not everyone will get to be part of the less than 1% of the world who will stand in the positions you're standing in right now. You don't get to go into your heads or feel you're not ready or indulge in self-doubt. There are just too many lives at stake for us to spend time gazing at our navels. And you are too exceptional to excuse yourselves out of stepping forward. It has been my greatest honor to have walked beside you on this journey. Your next steps are yours, but know I'm 100% here for you whenever and wherever you decide to go. Maybe with a side of ass kicking along the way, if you're open to it. I love you guys, and I'm gonna miss you. Thanks.